Yeah, let me put some square pegs in square holes there. See, it is the political parties that throw up candidates that will stand election, which eventually will govern a nation. And if the process is flawed, if the process is discriminatory, what that simply means, the leader that eventually emerged through such a system would transmit such characteristics to the larger Nigerians by bringing in nepotism, by bringing in discrimination to govern the rest of us. And in the All Progressives Congress, we are saying no. Let the indirect primaries, which is capable of endangering our leadership processes in Nigeria, be expunged. And let me also put it on record. The moment this element of amendment that we contemplated by the National Assembly and even the civil societies,
Honorable Jimbo, Honorable Jimbo, pardon me, the question is, why is, the National Assembly legislating on it in the first place? Why shouldn't political parties be allowed to manage their affairs by themselves? If they choose to go the way of indirect primaries, fine, it's their business. It's their personal business. If they choose to go the way of direct primaries, it's their business. So the question is, why was the legislation considered in the first place? Why wasn't it left open?
It shouldn't be their business alone. Yeah, it shouldn't be their business alone to the political parties. If you ask me a question, how many political parties do we have in Nigeria? 19, maybe 20, maybe the next registration will bring it up to 25, 30. And put all the members of each of these political parties together. What is their number? What is their percentage as compared to Nigerians? Over 230 million Nigerians. The parliament is there to take the interest of Nigerians at the fore. We are elected members of the parliament representing the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. And we cannot just allow infinitesimal number in Nigeria to take a major decision that will affect the outcome of our collective patrimony. That is why the National Assembly came in. And of course, it is not just the decision of the National Assembly. Many of the civil societies have equally come to agree that this obnoxious way of electing candidates from political parties through indirect ways are inducing in the indirect way of electing candidates. That is where monies are induced. That is where the person that has the largest money bar gets the day, because he's able to buy votes, to buy the delegates. But we are saying that since you have that money, as much as you think you have, come and buy all your political party members. Let all of them queue, pay. Then we will know that indeed you are very rich. So that is one clause I think many Nigerians, if not all, should applaud National Assembly for making it indeed democratically elected candidates of the political party will emerge, not just somebody who doesn't even have the inkling of leadership, the brains to manage his own family. But he has the money. However he acquired the money, God knows how. But he used it to buy his way into sensitive and responsible leadership position, which is not ready to discharge those responsibilities when he gets there. So we have deemed it necessary. Of course, you have said that we should have thrown it to the political party to decide whether or not. But of course, freedom is free, but even that freedom is dictated by the constitution of the party. I am seated down here with you having this conversation with my earpiece. I would have had the freedom of saying, okay, I'm not going to have my earpiece. Whatever how you need to connect for you to hear me, that's your business. But because you have invited me here, I need to equally make it possible for us to have this conversation. And for us to have this conversation, I need to comply with your directives, with your guidelines for us to have this smooth conversation. So the National Assembly has deemed it fit to see to it that Nigerians have credible candidates in the next general election. And don't forget, we don't just make law for the All Progressives Congress. The laws that we make is equally for every single political parties, including the All Progressives Congress. Whether good or bad, we abide by them.